Good day. We start learning Python. The first simple program on the Python is just this 5 plus 2 is 7. And here you see you don't have to add anything extra information all because this is a valid one line of code. Another line of code is say seconds in underscore day. So 24 hours, 60 minutes, 60 seconds. We can get the seconds and we have to place this one and 86400 it comes. Print 7. And remember this, the command is print, not like unlike printf, it's print and automatically give this number and new line is added. Python is developed in 1991 whenever he is in second year in the BTech course, BE course, graduation course. Guido van Rossum. He's so dedicated and he's basically decides what are the features to be there, and it is 1 year earlier than Java. It is mainly inspired from C++, but it is in indentation is are completely separate, but it is inspired by C++. It is not inspired by Java. In fact, Java may take certain ideas from Python, might be. Here you see the Python file, source file.py, and it is interpreted code, and .pyc file, and that would be run on Python virtual machine, and that can be implemented on any machine. And this Python virtual machine is written mostly 99% in C and C++. This is the timeline of, it is the Python has the features of imperative also. It is imperative. This is the evolution of programming paradigms. Maybe is the imperative procedural programming. The 1980s comes object-oriented programming, started from Smalltalk, C++, and Java. Object-oriented features, C++ is both procedural and object-oriented, and Python supports both. Language distributions like Python, though it's a dynamic, in C, the values are declared in static, same as Java. So you have to declare the variable beforehand using this program. But Python, it is a dynamic. So Python, it is, you can see it here. There is a dynamic. Python is dynamic. So there's some good features in Python because Python works in environment which is in runtime. Maybe dynamic is much better environment because one virtual machine may compete with the other virtual machine. But that's some disadvantages also. In static declaration at the compilation time or interpretation time, a lot of errors can be corrected. But in dynamic, all goes into the runtime. But though it's a dynamic, it is a very strong checking. You cannot mix both. So unlike say Perl or JavaScript, it is both also dynamic and weak, so that you can cast it. But here you have to cast it with, especially by the casting operation. If you want to cast a string to integer, you have to before you casting. So that though it's a dynamic, the casting is required. Python versus Java, Python has more features. Definitely Python is much slower than C. Python and Java a bit faster because you know the static declaration than Python. But so much technology is available with C Python. The timed execution between Java and Python is diminishing. But Python has many more features. Like any Python virtual machine or Java virtual machine, they have a virtual machine and that is a bytecode compiler. Python data type is really very strength, and C doesn't have. Its main strength is Python supports the Bool data type. In C, it is only 0 and 1. 0 is true and 1 is false. And Python data type is a set is there, unordered collections of data, unordered and unique. There's a set, and a frozen set is also there where it is not mutable. Mutable, which cannot change it. You cannot add any item to it. And another is very powerful. That's the dictionary. Dictionary is a key value pair. The left hand side is a key and right hand side is value, key value pair. The dictionary. Another is sequence. Sequence is string, list, and tuple. And string is immutable, Whenever a string is changed, another string is created. List is mutable, it can be changed, and tuple is immutable. Numbers, the basic data types, is also immutable. So anytime you have to change, a new data is created, and Python, every data is nothing but an object, and every object has also ID. It is idea of like a pointer, but it's not actually pointer. It will give a token, but with that machine, and you cannot add any, you cannot act on it on this token. We can see it. This is the Python code data types, and major thing is Python. Most of the data are immutable, and because Python, when the C is developed in 60s and 70s, then the memory is available is only 8 kilobyte or 4 kilobyte. But whenever we are getting the machine CPU is getting 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB RAM, so we can afford the data to be immutable. That is the faster in operation. Mutable data is slower, and so Python main data types: numbers, strings, tuples, frozen set. These are immutable data types, and mutable data types at least dictionary and set. Very few. We can see check here, like I'm declaring a equal to 5, and this is because it's static. I don't have to. It is a because it is a dynamic typing. I don't have to say int a like in Java or C. Is automatically A is automatically taken as an integer. So I can check that type A, and I can see print ID A. And if I say B equal to 5, then the same, because A are equal to 5 and B equal to 5, they'll point to the same ID. The print ID will be the same. And whenever I'll change, the ID will be changed. You can check it here that A is equal to 5 type A, and it will be on. If you check it here, it will come. If I have a print ID here, automatically this ID, whenever I change the B is equal to 6, ID will be changed. Otherwise, the last 3 digits you can see the same. Python, another data type is say prime. I can declare prime by this is a list. We declare the list, and it's a third bracket opening and third bracket end. And I will check this code like prime here and print type prime, and this is a class list. Automatically, this is the object type, and this is the ID, the object ID. It's a kind of a pointer, but not pointer actual. It is a particular ID, and this is a mutable item, and this is a list, and it will be indexed with 0 here, 1, 2, like C array. It's completely C array. Remember, list is in you can access it by with index 0, 1. Tuple is also, but tuple is immutable. Tuple is begins with first bracket opening and end with first bracket ending. Here you can see sample. It is a basically string, and print ID, it will be class string, and this is immutable. Is a if you change sample 1 by sample 1 is going to be new, the new ID will be created. Like you can do it here. Say sample 1 and say sample 1, and I can print the ID again. Copy, selection, paste it. See it here. This is changed. Thank you for watching.